Racist Protest for Australia by Isaac Butterfield. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's watch it.
Something huge is about to happen in Australia, and everyone is really calm about it.
What the are you talking about? Hey, you're actually all immigrants as well. I bet they're going to. Because why are these
What are you talking about?
Nah, this is ours.
Okay, maybe not everybody.
What
but
is
the
this
March
we are
for
talking-
Australia is planned on the 31st of August. Now, what this is, the way it has been told, is it is a giant protest for the values that Australians hold dear. Now, a lot of people agree with it. A lot of people disagree with it. There is a distinct line in the sand. There are people.
Now, I find interesting that such a thing is gonna happen on day 31 because Australia has a lot of people immigrating to there. There's a lot of immigrants there. So I wonder how this manifestation is gonna go. It's gonna happen with so much immigrants because Australia at this point is just another country of immigrants. There's a lot. For example, most people I know here and knew, even content creators, migrated to from Brazil, migrated to Australia, and these are the ones that I know. And I also know that there's a lot of Asians there as well. There is a lot of people from different types, different places of the world going to Australia. And what I mean by that is that always when a country open their doors so much like this to immigrants, things usually, sadly, doesn't go well, you know? So I wonder how this manifestation gonna happen, for the values of the Australian, when the Australian, doesn't have its values anymore, probably doesn't have their own culture anymore at this point with so much I don't know, okay? I don't know too much about Australia, but the only thing I know is the fact that there's a lot of immigrants there, and lots of immigrants there. And also kangaroos, and also very weird creatures that you don't find anywhere in the world, just there. Very weird, exquisite, and giant things. Yeah, but besides this, I know nothing about Australia. I'm just supposing here, okay? Take everything I said as a grain of salt, but I wonder how it's gonna go because it's a manifestation that looks like, of course, I think immigrants should be there as well because, if and this is what I don't understand, how a country can go worse by accepting immigrants. Of course, their culture dissolves because most of them, and this is what I find wrong. When you go to a country, you're expected, if you want to live there, it's the correct thing for you to do, is for you trying to be absorbed into their culture. But what's really happening is that the more people go, the more they change their country's culture. And this makes a lot of mess because it's not only type of people going there. It's people from everywhere. And then the culture is just destroyed. You will not only not have the other countries that migrated to their culture, but you will gonna lose your own. There is no one will have their own culture. Well, there is one specific group that keeps their culture and because they don't accept any other culture and subjugate all of the others, you know what I mean, because they just don't respect anything. But again, this just happens because the government allows this group specifically to do whatever they want without being punished. It's very clear that, again, it's by design. It's all planned. Once more, I'm saying that. But what I mean by that, what I'm implying by that is that imagine all of this group of immigrants together with some of Australia's citizens, of course, or most of the, I don't know, fighting for the for the not censorship and loss of the values of to all of the bullshit that has been happening there, on the last few months. And I mean, it's not from the few months, it has been happening for quite a long time there, but kind of silence. I think a lot of people didn't realize what was going on there, myself included. I just realized just now, but after getting more info, I realized that it has been happening. All of this bullshit has been happening there for quite a long time already. And maybe because of that, it's much easier to migrate to Australia because this type of people that when they get the control of the country, these weirdos, they usually open their frontiers, they open the country to migration on purpose, not because they want to help foreigners, but because they want to destroy the country on purpose, That's their objective on this. It's quite sad. It is sad. And then you have the population of the country fighting against immigrants, and it becomes all a bullshit. When there is literally, because it all becomes about groups, peoples, and country, like groups and countries and relations, and not about peoples as individuals anymore. You just separate everyone automatically, like they always have been doing since they started all this bullshit worldwide. Separate people from countries, genders, ways of thinking, groups in every way possible that they could, and dividing more and more these groups, the more that they could, that they possibly can, and put to fight against each other. It's all part of the. I guess I kind of lost the track, but what I'm trying to understand is, day 31, everyone will be there. I don't know, man. I really don't, because when you try to fight, just imagine that, there's a lot of immigrants there, and I know hopefully, it's what I would expect. If you're migrated to there, you came from a country that, made your life like a hell, so that's why you decided to migrate to another country and restart, So because you know that your country went to hell, your country sucks, like mine, for example, and you migrate to restart your life in another one, shouldn't people expect that you would be a better person? Not actually better. If you actually realize, at least is what I think, if you actually realize your country sucks and you are trying to migrate somewhere else, I think, in my opinion, just my opinion, that you already have a better mentality than the others around you, because you realize that your country sucks while the others are still coping with that, I don't know. And then you migrate, and if you migrate looking for a better life, you have to act like who wants a better life, trying to have a better life, being better yourself, doing things better and everything to have a better life in a new country. So what I mean by this is that I expect that people are the immigrants, or they're fighting for making things right, because otherwise this new country that they spent everything risking to move to there and restart, which is very difficult, and just for that country to be destroyed, and they need to restart somewhere else again, that sucks, man. That sucks. So I really expect them to be there, but at the same time, it implies that, and it's what it's gonna happen if they conquer what they want. Usually, the opposite force that is gonna reach the top if they fight for what they want and actually pressure the government to do what they want, which I don't think it's gonna happen, because it's what I've been saying for a long time. A lot of time already. Governments and big corpus doesn't give a shit to what we want or think anymore. They don't care, not even a bit. So for me, I think, my opinion, it all will be useless. But again, you have to try. You never know, right? You never know. But what I mean is that let's suppose that they could overcome all of the bullshit that is happening there, and they could elect people next that would actually make some good to the country and etc. These new people that reach the power, they probably would be against immigrants, the same immigrants that are fighting for making the country better now. I don't know, man. I don't know, because it's complicated, because I'm talking about a group, and in a group you have a lot of individuals that think different. There's good immigrants and bad immigrants, and this is what people don't understand. That the thing I don't understand is how can that be like bad immigrants? I don't understand how they can destroy their own country. I mean, it's not destroy their country. Like, for example, I didn't have a choice. I never made parts. I never took any part in anything that would push further the destruction of my country. I always used the little that I could, like my vote at least, to do. Not that I'm voted too many times, but. I didn't voted for this. I don't comply with anything that has been happening since like ever in my country. But even so, my country is destroyed because by decision of the majority that is dumb, and the others, and also the majority, the huge part of it is actually the older generations, the boomers and etc. that destroyed my country, and now I reap for what they done, you know. So yeah, and let's suppose I gonna start another country, and then when I get there, I have like, you know, I have to deal with people like because the other immigrants, they go there to destroy the country that they move it to, like while I'm trying to restore it and having a better life. I don't understand. I really don't understand how someone can migrate to another country to make it a shit as it was the last country, you know? Like, I don't understand. I'm sorry, it really got confused. You know how I am. Like, I flip from one thing to another all the time, and this is like taking a lot of time already. And we are in 45 seconds of video, and 12 minutes of recording. Oh my God, like, let's continue.
People who absolutely hate Australia, that think this is the worst thing that's ever happened, and there's people who like Australia, love Australia, that think this is absolutely amazing. And I think where everyone should be is somewhere in the middle. And that has always been my position on most issues. The best place to be is in the middle, taking the best from both camps. In this video, we're going to take a look at everything that this march, this protest promises to be. And we're also going to take a look at who is organising it, why they're organising it, and what they hope to obtain from this protest. And I'm also going to take a look at the people that are calling this the worst thing to ever happen in Australia, labelling everybody a racist who's taking part in it, and seeing if those claims have any actual merit to them. Let's go straight to the source, the website for March for Australia. They say this: for years, Australia's unity and shared values have been eroded by policies and movements that divide us. Our streets have seen growing displays of anti-Australian hatred, foreign conflicts, and disintegrating trust, whilst mass migration has torn at the bonds that held our communities together. This march is a stand for the people, culture, and nation.
Yeah, and you see, and I didn't even knew what it was about, but mass migration again. That's what we are talking about. It's like I said, like, you see, for the end, an end to mass migration, it says below. No foreign flags. Yeah, like, I mean, it's what I said. For me, for my example, why would I give a shit about my flag country if I moved from here to another country? I fucking hate my country. It sucks. You think I'm proud of my country? You think I have anything that I love in? Yeah, I don't. So I wouldn't give a fuck about my flag country, okay? And about mass migration, it's really a problem. At the same time, I find it really disgusting when, like, have countries like, for example, United States, they make so fucking difficult to people to migrate legally. Like, it would be impossible, just impossible to migrate, for me to live legally there, given all my circumstances. And this is fucking horrible, okay? But that's why also there's a huge mass of people migrating illegally because they just cannot get there legally. But I think it's stupidity, of course, but it's what people do because, again, masses are stupid. I would never do that, but it's what people do. I would just search for a country that accepts me easier. But at the same time, countries that accept everyone tend to become totally destroyed when there is mass migration. And that is also true. Like, you see, there is a problem, like, in both ways, there is a problem. Like, it's because you don't think about the others. You guys are not in my position. In most of you that are watching, you are inside a country that you guys want to protect from the outsiders. Okay, and you are right to do that. I'm not saying you are wrong, but imagine if it was your country that was a destroyed one, and you were looking to go to a better place because you don't fit and you held no responsibility in the fucking shit that happened in your country, and every country closes the door for you, you know? How would you feel? Like, you guys have no idea. It's fucking terrible. But of course, it's not, I blame you guys or anything. I totally understand this. I understand. I talk about this a lot. I know mass migration is a problem. I know most of the migrants, sadly, most of them are a problem, really. Yeah, that's true. That's really true. But at the same time, it's so fucking sad for you to be like, I feel like inside a prison, an invisible prison, to being here, you know? And if you can, if you are even allowed to enter, like, with no barriers from in another country, like, even if it was totally open, just to have financial gain enough to move to another country is a whole level of difficulty, you know? Just have enough money to move from here. It's a huge level of difficulty. But you also have all these expenses with visa and all of this stuff and all bureaucracy and just for not like being accepted or don't fit in any of the visas of the country till you live there. It's disgusting. And I know, like, for example, my country is sadly widely known worldwide, like, for being like people who cause trouble wherever they go. And that's very terrible. And to the point that if I move somewhere, I will really, when people ask me from where I come from, if they do, because I think my face, probably my skin color will tell me from which place, like, I already came from, but yeah, not likely, but it will give an idea to people. I will have, like, very reluctantly said that I come to here, like, or I would even have to lie, you know, because I know how we are seen out there. It's very complicated, and oh God, it's so fucking terrible, man. It's so fucking terrible. What? Oh, it's really so fucking bad luck that I had, you know. I was born here in this fucking horrible country. And not even that, I was born in the fucking most horrible states possible inside of this fucking country, you know. Like, it's so much bad luck, man. It's so much bad luck. If it wasn't for my parents that I love so much, I would say I would totally take the most horrible luck possible that one can have in their lives. But my parents are amazing. They are awesome. And, like, at least I had luck with that, because people nowadays don't have or the father or don't have the mother, or you know how it is. Or they are always fighting each other. They are very disequilibrated family. And mine is not like that. It's very blessed. At least this I have, you know. Even though my family is very small. But it's very lovely family, and I love them. But besides it, everything else, literally, like, literally taking this out of the game, literally like I could throw on the trash can literally 100% of everything else. Like, oh my god, like it's so fucking terrible. Oh gosh, this will be another 1 hour video that no one's gonna watch. My
that
god.
built Australia, and for our right to decide its future. Now, honestly, looking at that sounds pretty good. I actually feel quite a lot of shame when it comes to how much hatred there is for our country in our country. I know people get a bit weirded out and they feel it's a bit cringe when you say left and right, but I think this is devolving into a left versus right thing where you have to agree with each cult. It's not a good way to look at this.
It is.
Okay?
It is
We should
exactly
be patriotic.
like that.
We should love this country. It's an awesome fucking country. They go on the website to say no foreign flags. I think that's a weird one. I think it'd be great to see a sea of foreign flags in this march. That would really represent the true Australia. And an end to mass migration. Now, I can get behind that, but let me tell you why, and I will tell you why in this video, okay? Now, the planned events, they're happening on the 31st. They're going to be all over the country and the locations haven't been confirmed yet. Let's start this very complex conversation with a very important statement. Migration, who comes into this country and who doesn't, should have nothing to do with race, the color of your skin, or where you're from. Obviously, there's some places we shouldn't be accepting people at all. If they're extremely violent, hate-filled places, then yeah, sure, don't allow those people in. But
yeah, I
for the
know
most part,
which ones
color
are
of
you
skin,
talking about.
nothing to do with it.
I
This
agree
just
with
isn't
that.
a race thing, and that's an obvious thing to say. But the way that a lot of people are arguing against this march, and I don't know if I'm for it or against it at this point, the way they're arguing against it is saying that it's just a racist thing. No. When we talk about migration, when I talk about migration and immigrants coming into this country, I'm talking about people from America, people from the UK, New Zealand, South Africa, a lot of white people in those places. So I'm talking about all people. Do I think also on top of that people who do come into this country should really try to assimilate and become a part of Australian culture? Absolutely. We have an awesome culture here. It's beautiful, great people.
Yes. I think this is the part of the mentality that you might have, that you should have, if you think to start over in a new country. You have to want. It's not like you want to, but you should want. If you're choosing that country, it's because you thought about the different possibilities you could have, and you decided that that country specifically would be awesome for you. Okay, so if you do that and migrate to a new country, you should be assimilated to their culture. You should to try to be the most be the most like them that you possibly can. You know, it's your obligation, in my opinion, as a new citizen of the country. You should be like them because you chosen to. They born there and become like that. But you have even more obligation because you chose to be like them. You choose to move to there. So no, you can't go there and expect everyone to accept the culture from where you come from. No, you have to change. Of course, no one expects you to do this from one day to another. But you have to be open to learn that language. First thing you have to do is learn that language. If not, already knowing at least more or less that language. Okay, but if not, start to study on day one you are there. Okay, first thing is the language, then what's like people likes and dislikes like from social stuff, because it's very different from where you came from as well. Here people are too much clingy, like they wanna hug people, they wanna kiss people without any kind of consent. Most of countries are not like that, for example, you know. And I don't like this stuff. I feel like my space is being invaded. That's why I don't think I fit in every aspect of this country that I live. I just was born here. I don't fit in everything. I fucking hate hot as well. Oh God, I wish I could move to a cold country. Yeah, I don't fit in everything here. I don't like this horrible, they call it music, I call noise that we have here. I don't like everything. I don't like the fucking bitches that are like Oh God, I don't like. I don't like.
Everyone's very happy, all that type of shit. You take identity politics out of it, you take the left or right out of it. It's an awesome place to be. So if you come here, you should learn the language, you should learn the history, you should learn the culture.
Yes.
You should be a part of the white Australian culture, the Aboriginal culture, all that shit, right? We should be happy,
It's mandatory.
beautiful, awesome, great. And not that I should have to say this, but anyone who's against mass migration or immigrants based on skin color is a piece of shit, and fuck them. Okay? We've gotten that. We've sorted that out. Here's the reason I think that mass migration is terrible and why I am against it, okay? We talk about the cost of living all the fucking time. It's the cat's cry on the news. We also talk...
It's not that you will have mass migration is not a problem just because there's an influx of peoples with different thinkings that don't want to be assimilated by your culture, but to change you guys to their cultures. It's not just because of that. Having so much people get in your country mess with the entire economic system, make things worse from their own citizens that were born there, makes it more difficult for them to get jobs, being hired, because it's way easier for them to pay like half or even less to a migrant to do the same job as one of the country citizens, So there is a lot of problems really on this, and even the ones that can get hired, they will receive a lower income because of that.
Talk about in Australia a lot and all over the world about the issue that is housing. Housing prices are absolutely through the roof, and now on average, a person doesn't buy their first home until they're 36 years old, or if at all, really, at this point. The housing prices in Australia are absolutely astronomical, particularly in the cities. And the reason for that is because there's fucking too many people not being born, but coming into the country. And yes, there are some people that may point out the very true fact that my ancestors were immigrants into this country. But what you probably should know as well, that even if you're an Aboriginal person, a native person to this land, your ancestors were immigrants too. Everyone immigrated everywhere, okay? Fucking chill out. But on top of that, the immigrants that came to this country over the past, 50, 60, 70 years, we're talking Italians after the Second World War, we're talking Jewish people after the Second World War. Those people came here in similar circumstances to a lot of people that come here now, maybe war-torn countries, whatever. It was a different time. There was room. The population was nowhere near what it is now, particularly in these city centres. And on top of that, we were able to house these people, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. In 2022 to 2023, that financial year, 536,000 people migrated to Australia, 500,000 people. That dropped the year after to 446,000. And over the past year or so, it's been around the 500,000 mark. Now, the problem with that is all those people who have turned up here legally, they need to live somewhere. They need to buy a house. A lot of these people aren't just migrating, they've got no money and they're seeking asylum. No, these are people with money, they've got jobs, and they're looking to move somewhere else, looking to start a new life. So how many houses did Australia build over the past few years? Well, if you look at 2023 to 2024, 168,000 homes, even though we were aiming for 240,000 homes. Now, if you look at the 500,000 people that came here during that year, let's imagine hypothetically that they are all couples. Every last one of them is a couple. That's still not enough homes for all of those people, even slightly. And not to mention all of the Australians that live here anyway that are looking to buy a home. That's not enough for the migrants, all the people that live here, meaning... oh my God, here's the fucking problem. There's too many fucking people. 36 years old, that is the age in which you are probably going to buy your first home on average, right? In this financial year, 2025, 34-year-olds were the most populous single year of age in Australia. 412,000 people in 2 years. They're going to hit that average age of buying a home. That's another 400,000 people looking to buy a home in that year, plus the 500,000 people coming into the country. You're looking at almost 1 million people for, 160,000 fucking homes? This is the problem. It's simple economics. It is supply and demand. The supply is fuck all. The demand is fucking high. Therefore, if you want to buy a fucking 1840s rundown fucking run over brothel in the middle of Sydney, it's going to cost you $2 million fucking dollars. We are not looking after the people who already fucking live here. And that is the problem. And guess what? The people who live here aren't just white people. We're talking about all different ethnicities, all different colors, all different looks, right? We're talking about fat people, skinny people, Asian people, black people, white people.
Exactly. But selectively, they forget about this,
Talking
right?
about everybody. They cannot afford a house in this fucking country because you're letting too many people in. And guess what? Half of the people that come in here are white. We're talking about white people too. We're talking about everyone. Now, I know I'm getting a little bit fucking upset. And I tell you what, on the topic of people being upset, let's take a little break to hear from the smooth brain herself, Abby Chatfield, for a calm, concise look at why a march against mass migration is a terrible, terrible thing. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, for $5 a month, you can join our Patreon. You can get access to these videos uncensored,
Mass migration is something that should be already at this point common sense that is something terrible. Like, there is no way. It's so much simple for you to reasoning and like in few seconds discover why it's a bad idea. Like, it's very simple.
completely uncensored with all the swear.
This like reasoning for economics, but there is the social aspect of it. That's so fucking terrible as well. Like I've been saying, like for this whole movie that it's now at this video.
And the mean words. Also, their videos are quite a bit longer. There is more in depth, and then we discuss more things. So go and check them out on Patreon right now.
I didn't want to talk about this because I didn't want to bring attention to it, but it's now getting attention, so it's time to fucking talk about it and condemn it. On the 31st of August, there is going to be a nationwide
Yeah, because you guys are
protest
very good in condemning
for
things.
the racists and the xenophobes of Australia to get together and march for Australia. Okay? They claim that it is about cost of living.
Racists and xenophobes. Interesting, Abby.
They claim that it is about Australia gaining itself back, winning Australia back, taking Australia back from whom? No one knows.
I think what a lot of people are referring to there is the way that Australia seems to have changed quite a bit and loses a bit of itself, because Australia is known for being
A little bit? You're being too much generous. I've seen things and I don't like them. Like, not even a bit. Like, it's very terrible, the situation that you guys are in, like, politically saying. Like, for real. Like, oh my God, you guys have to do something about it. Like, I think this problem right now, it's even bigger than the mass migration. But yeah, what I think you guys should do is try to, like, in the given situation that you guys are in, I think you guys should look, like, totally, like, 100% new migration of people. Like, it's very sad and all, but yeah, I know. And I'm saying this as a foreigner that I'm looking for migrate in the future, in the very near future to a new country, to start a new life as well. But the situation you guys are in, it's so fucking terrible. Like, imagine if it keeps like receiving like 400,000, 500,000 people a year. Like, what the fuck? It's just, the situation you guys are in now is just absolutely bad. Like, you guys have to close it immediately. At least for, I don't know, like for the next 10 or 20 years. And then you guys open again, but not for mass migration, open with more coordinated process, you know, with some more level of difficulty, but try to not be United States, you know, like a bit lower, but not too high, not too, like, you know what I mean, like, does make it some difficult, but not that much, you know.
being laid back, jovial, we're fucking around, having a beer, and that's changed a lot. And that's not necessarily always a bad thing, but if you look at, let's say that Australia brings in 50,000 Americans next year, just good old-fashioned Americans, you would think, oh, well, we're losing a bit of Australia there. Like, these guys aren't Australians. Like, that they don't understand the sort of the way we act with each other, the way we talk, the way we joke, the accent, all that type of stuff, and we lose a bit of that. But when you conflate losing Australia and bringing it back with skin colour, that's where people start to lose the fucking plot with this conversation, and it all becomes about race, which I just don't think it is. For some people, it is, and they are racists, and they are pieces of shit, and they're not included in my conversation here. They are not. That is.
It's so polarizing now, even more like oh God, so will I label people in groups again? Yes, I will, because this is what really happened. This was left's fault, of course. Like, black people always being the racist one themselves, like labeling everything as racism. Like, people gotten so fucking pissed off with that. So fucking pissed off with that. That now, because of them, they brought literally back the fucking Nazi, man. For real, like, people are becoming Nazi again because of this shit. And it's also fucking stupid that people can consider people are so dumb. They doesn't actually. And again, it was by design. It is by design because they call it everyone Nazi so fucking time that these words lost its meaning. You know, it just lost meaning. Now it's like literally nothing. And because it's nothing, people think it's a joke. Because people actually forgot what the fuck this word represents. What the fuck being a Nazi represents. You know? They forgot about everything that happens in Germany. And what the fuck, man? What the fuck? How can people call themselves that? And then you literally like have two groups of streamers fight each other again, and like things go bloody, and always end up like that. I don't like the way I've been seeing things in the quite few months, and it doesn't seem that it's getting better. It only seems that it's getting worse, sadly. And again, what pisses me off the most is that we never like escape their fucking plan, you know? It's all part of their fucking plan, and there is nothing we can do. They always get what they want in the end. This fucking pisses me off a lot, you know? This pisses me off a lot. People don't realize it's not the left is being used clearly because they are puppets on their hands, like already, but the quote-unquote right, quote-unquote right, they think that they are being smart, like not being like them, but they don't see that the actions that they do as reactions, the reactions that they do as a response to the left actions is exactly what these guys are expecting them to do. It's all by design. It's all planned. You're all eating on their hands. It's so fucking terrible. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Everything that is happening, literally, it's planned by them. And I don't know how people can still call me conspirationist by saying that. How people in 2025, almost in 2026, cannot see that you are playing in their fucking hands for all this time and not thinking something else. I don't know,
Not the way I think about this, okay? So I understand where Abby's coming from. Like, oh, who are we talking about? What are we going to lose? I think what she could probably do is look at parts of the UK where a new culture has taken over and they've lost a lot of the English culture. So I think people are worried about that, and I think rightfully so. And I think even though you may think that's a racist, that has racist undertones, go to a country that's majority not white. Go to India, right? If Indian people had an influx of very Australian people, they would be worrying about losing Indian culture. And I think that would happen absolutely anywhere. It's sort of a very natural thing to worry about.
This is nothing but a racist, bigoted, disgusting, terrifying rally.
It's the same fucking buzzwords. I'm so tired of it.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't really think so.
That follow me or are going to see this video, please fucking know you are welcome. And I know that doesn't feel like it. I know that this country does not make it fucking easy for you. But please know that you are welcome. I don't know.
I think that I hope people who are brown and black and every other colour, I hope that you feel welcome in Australia. You should. I try and make everybody feel welcome. But, you know, you're going to run into wankers, no doubt. But I don't know. Is it that bad? Is it really that? Let me know. If you don't have white skin, let me know in the comment section where you are. Let me know in the comment section if you do face this shit, because you shouldn't.
Should be condemned by every fucking Australian. Like, every Australian should realise that that is just xenophobia.
What I see is like it's look like for them like if I mean people from all colors migrate to countries, all colors, but the only problem that they usually and this is a problem that people from the actual country has, like they usually have problems with people's of more like no white colors, migrating to that. This is true. This is true. Like I don't know. I think like the ones that are white, they kind of forget that they are foreigners, or at least we don't see them treated like that. I mean, come on, come on. I don't know what to say. And I mean, it's very obvious that these things happen. Like people forget that people from all colors migrate to that country, and not just black. But when they see a black person or brown or an Asian, whatever, then it's like, oh, it's because it's a foreigner, and oh, we should know that and all. But they automatically forget that when someone like is white skinned, then they do a crime like that person was actually a foreigner, Or I mean, I don't know if you guys got what I'm trying to say. And I'm not saying this to the point like being stupid or like this leftish, or like I'm just trying to have common sense here and look at the things how they are. And people really act like that. It's how stupid people from both sides became. And I even don't dare say that I'm in the middle as well, because I see people on the say quote unquote middle of it. Acting very dumb and stupid as well. Like they're usually the most undecided ones and claim to want to pay us like clean, So I don't feel. Of course, I always say that I'm more leaning on the right, but I see the right do so much fucking horrible stuff as well. Like, of course, not near than what left does, but they can be very dumb and stupid as well. Like, what the fuck, man?
And racism.
The thing is that people separate us today by labels. Like you have to be on one side or another. You cannot be you anymore. You can have your own thought. You having your own thoughts became a crime nowadays. It became a crime. Like I bet, because what the things I said here, I bet of a lot of people leaning on the right side. They are from the right here. There are Republicans and etc. who hate me because of what I said. Fuck it, man. Fuck it. Like, it's the truth, okay? Of course, I'm way more from the the right side than from the left, but you guys need to relearn how it should be an individual and not part of a mass, of a group, It's all intended. It's all like, oh, use your fucking brain cells, man.
Unnecessarily. We know that the problems that we have in this country, like cost of living, are not because of immigrants coming to this country.
Yeah, I agree. Not so much cost of living. I think that's just got a lot to do with fucking price gouging and supermarkets and being a monopoly and all that type of stuff. I know people say it's a duopoly, not really. They can just charge whatever the fuck they want. It's got a lot to do with shutting the country down 5 years ago. Abby was a big fan of that, so you can just shut the fuck up. But yeah.
It is easier to blame people that are below you than it is to try and fight upwards, right?
I don't think that immigrants and people with brown skin and black skin are below me, but go on.
Right? So these people go, I have issues in my life. Oh, the cost of living is really high. It must be these immigrants. These people below me because I feel bigger and more tough than them.
It is because the immigrants. It is.
A lot of immigrants.
Because I'm aware of my privilege, right? If I'm one of these people going to this fucking rally, I'm aware of my privilege. I know.
We get it. You're aware of your privilege. You're very virtuous. Congratulations.
I know that I won't get cops coming to me. I'm a white person. I know that in
What are you
society,
talking about?
I can punch.
What the fuck are you saying, bitch? Of course, this type of thing that you're saying happens, but it's not the majority of time. It's like less than 1% of the times, okay? Like, it's stupidity. Stop saying bullshit. Like, stop opening your mouth and spitting things.
Punch down on immigrants because I perceive them as weaker than I am.
Immigrants are not brown people. Okay, this idea that all immigrants are brown people is ridiculous, okay? And it completely takes away from the whole conversation. So let's look at the numbers, shall we? 2023, 2024, there were...
Me and myself, I will migrate someday soon to another country. I myself I'm not black person. I'm not brown person. I would be considered white in every country here from South America. But for some reason, I'm pretty sure that if I migrated to like US, I would be considered like a Latina, you know, or something like that. Like some like Mexicans are treated as, I don't know.
Some emergency visas issue. We're talking about Afghanistan, 7,000 people, Syria, 3,000, Iraq, 2,000, and so on and so forth. Ethiopia, Sudan, there was a couple. Okay, there's some people from some dodgy areas. Doesn't mean they're dodgy people. When you look at the main number of people not born in Australia who live here now, who are affecting the ability of Australian people of all different skin colours to buy houses, white Europeans make up almost 1 million. Okay, then it goes to Indians.
What the
then
fuck?
Chinese, then New
Oh
Zealanders,
my God.
mostly white.
Of course. With the way things are there, of course, this should be expected. And I didn't even thought about that. And it's weird because a lot of people are migrating to there from places that we better not name because YouTube and all stuff, you know, with cultures that we not better not name as well for many of reasons. And also I love my life. And I love my life, guys. Sorry, but you guys understood pretty well. It's how things are. Okay, I fight against a lot of stuff already to fight this. Is true. But yeah, people migrate there in masses, like multiply, like I don't know. Something like rabbits, like that multiplies fast, and then these people need to leave their own country to go to Australia, and then oh my God, no, this is so weird, man. This is so weird. Oh God, China, because of course China, yes, like there is overflowing people there, so they just have to go anywhere. And India for the very same reasons more or less, and because everyone's need IT people to work like with programming. New Zealand, South Africa, Nepal, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Philippines, Vietnam,
South African, mostly white. Nepal, Malaysia, Sri Lanka. So there's a good mix of some brown people, some Asian people, but maybe not a majority, but right in there, they're certainly not a minority. It is white people. We're talking currently living in Australia, well over a couple of million white people that weren't born here, that are affecting the ability to buy houses from people who were born here. That doesn't mean that they're bad people. But it certainly means that migrants aren't black and aren't brown and aren't white. It's a mix.
Yes.
And that is the problem. We need to bring the mix down from everybody. Don't just only let white people in. Definitely know what I'm saying. Just bring it all down. Just calm it fucking down. That's the issue here. Look after the people that were born in this country, that live here, that already exist here. Look after them first.
It's just a fallacy.
Place of privilege.
But they will keep repeating it because these are parts of their mantras. They are not individuals.
Immigrants,
they are puppets.
or children of immigrants, or anybody who is even visiting this country. It is not my place to welcome all of you because I'm not Aboriginal. I'm not First Nations.
Abby, come on. There's no way you believe that you have to be an Aboriginal person to welcome people.
She doesn't believe anything. She's a fucking puppet. She just repeats like a bird, like a parrot. She just repeats like a parrot what she's been told to repeat. She doesn't have a brain.
Who live in this country do not agree with this shit. They don't fucking agree with it.
Yeah, right. Most people don't agree with what you're saying is like, okay. Most people
I
in this
don't
country
agree with your
agree
existence,
with you
but
that
here you
it is
are.
not okay to be racist. And I think the vast majority of people that would go to a protest like this I also agree with that. And I think that there are some people that do have racist thoughts, and they do think that all immigrants are brown people and they got to stop the brown people and brown people are evil and all that type of stuff. And I hope someone clips this part of the video and just puts it on Instagram. But that's not the reality of most logically thinking human beings, the good people in this country, the people we should be looking after. So to say that everybody that would ever put Australia first is xenophobic or racist or bigoted is ridiculous. And Abby goes on for the rest of the video. I'll play another 30 seconds.
These insecure losers, these absolute
Of course, her name is Abby.
Powerful.
I love
and
how
like
she
I was
does
saying
that.
before, it's easy to punch down than it is to maybe admit that our system is pretty fucked. And maybe those in power, who have power over us, have much more control.
Always the
than
same
than they ever
fucking
realised,
words.
right?
Empower.
What, like the Prime Minister you put on your podcast? Anyway, yeah, Abby goes on, she yells, she screams for the next like 5 or 6 minutes, and we do not have time to go through that entire
Yes,
thing.
yes, please,
She's a bit of a lunatic, old Abs, and I'd like to sit down and have a conversation with her about some things, because I reckon that we probably agree with more things or on more things than you would realise. One conversation that is being had is about the skilled migrants that do come into this country. Unfortunately, the skills aren't the ones that we need. Right now, we need, well, fucking builders to build more fucking houses. But migrants in Australia hold 26% of jobs. That's 5.3 million jobs in this country. The top industries employing migrants are admin and support services. That's 14%. Healthcare and social assistance.
Yes,
that's
because
12%.
it's
And
way less
accommodation and food
expensive.
service. That's 11%. So not really the building and infrastructure jobs that are probably more required. One thing that Abby did talk about that I need to address is that a lot of the people involved in these rallies or these protests or these marches will actually be Nazis. Now, there is a guy called Thomas Sewell who is like a Nazi, nationalist, socialist, fucking mad person. And those guys had that
God.
rally in Melbourne in the middle of the night the other week. They marched down the street all covered in black, and they certainly looked like they were on the government's payroll. And that's another thing you got to be careful of here. People are looking at laws to bring in to stop protests.
Jesus
That's not a good thing.
Christ.
Even though the people who are saying that's not a good thing, a lot of them were very much against people protesting during a certain thing that happened 5 years ago. Anyhow, whatever. Yeah, so there are some people like these Nazi guys that are like, hey, you know, this is our march, and they're saying that it's theirs, and that a lot of these people who probably are sympathizers with those people, that they might be being a part of it. And that's not good. That's not a good thing. Not that I should have to say that I don't agree with them, but I definitely don't agree with them. And I think most people don't. One thing I have seen, though,
People who agree with them have some loose screw on their minds, like there is no way you can agree with them. It's the same as agree with communism, socialism. It's all a fucking whole bullshit. Like it's stupidity. Like the past repeats itself. Just look at the past. It didn't work. Both the three of all of this stuff, the fascism, it doesn't work anywhere. Anywhere. Just look at the past and you're gonna see. The past repeats itself. Like, it's always like that. There is nothing new to try out of this bullshit. You should disappear with them. Get rid of them. It's just it. The place of them is on the past, not on the future.
there's a guy called Rukshan who works with Avi Yemeni and seems like a nice guy. I've never met him, but he said, I'm a proud Australian looking forward to marching at the end of the month. And he had a lot of people go on there and say, hey, you're not Australian, yada, yada, yada. And so there is this faction of genuine racist pieces of shit that are going to be a part of this. And that's not good. That's not the people that you want fighting, any conversation with government. Those type of people break down these arguments and just make it so easy for people who disagree with you, or for governments or powers that be to go, no, you're a racist just like these pieces of shit. So that's not good at all. The March for Australia Facebook page came out and said that recent claims have been made by various groups attempting to take ownership for the March for Australia.
I can't believe we're
attach
having
their own
problem with
agendas to
this
it.
again.
We
Oh
wish to
my
make it
God.
clear that these organisers are not members nor acting on behalf or any other group. In particular, recent claims by Thomas Sewell of White Australia.
I can't believe people actually resurrected this bullshit again. I can't believe this. People are so fucking stupid. And now you see, like, people really do such a movement to stop mass migration and all. But look who is leading this movement. If you go and if it's successful, like, you will be empowering this type of people, you know? You will give them more voice. Because he will become the face of the protest, of the manifestation, and if something borns out of it on the future, the one who's gonna reap this, the one who's gonna be responsible of it, the one who is gonna get more power and more like visibility, and maybe even become some kind of, I don't know, politician of future or whatever it is, to work inside the system, will be this person. And this is so fucking wrong. But at the same time, I know you guys need this. But at the same time, you know what implies in this on this manifestation working and like and being bigger and being like you being empowering this person. You have to think very wisely in what you're gonna do. I wouldn't go if it was me. I wouldn't go.
Australia would, like, what are not reflective of.
I would try to organize another movement, like to do the same stuff, but in the hands of the right person, or at least something that is not on this fucking extreme, you know? I don't even know if I can call this an extreme. This is so fucking horrible, man.
Of the organisers nor politics of March for Australia. We are not associated with their organisation. Additional claims that we're associated with Israeli, Jewish or Palestinian movements and organisations are unfounded and are untrue. They say it's a...
And just to be clear here, what it shocks me is not because only he's a Nazi. Because if you look at the past, if you look like who killed the most people, it wasn't the Nazi. It wasn't. Of course, it was a bloodbath. It was like something very terrible. But communists have literally committed genocides like that just make these numbers of Nazism like a child play, you know? Really. It's how much I hate communism. Like it's way for. But what pisses me off is that it was already that movement, and this fucking leftish resurrected. Dan, you know, they were resurrected literally. Of course, they were still like a bunch of Nazis out there, but they were unexistential. Like they were silently existing without, you know, any kind of force. Is strange. And the fucking left gave it any strength to resurrect and come back. And now we have two problems.
The grassroots organic effort to unite Australia around a common cause, ending mass migration. That's the main one. So they've basically just said it's all bullshit. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Calling for the ends to mass migration is probably a great idea. It would certainly help young people in this country get a leg up and get into the housing market. Does it attract some genuine pieces of shit? I think it probably does. Are the people on the left losing their fucking minds over this, suggesting that we shouldn't be able to have these hard conversations? Absolutely. And are they being completely disingenuous when they say that migrants, or they allude to the idea that migrants are brown people? Not that brown, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not factual. Like, and I think it's important to say this again. The migrants that come to this country thinking that they are all like brown people is wrong. And even if they were all brown people, it's not a problem. But they're white people too. Okay, this is not a race thing. This is not a fucking race thing.
It's so terrible that we need to explain everything like we are dealing with kids, you know? Of course, it's not a problem if they are brown or black. What the fuck? We don't need to say that. The thing is that he's saying that people always think about migrants that they are black or brown. But they are actually, the majority of them, white, you know? But the whites doesn't suffer way less like problems with being recognized as a foreigner and like being badly seen as a foreigner, you know? That's the whole thing.
I can't
This
put
is
it
this is
any
what
more
he's talking about.
Simpler.
But again, I don't think both the cases are the problem. Like, the problem is the mass migration. In general, it doesn't matter if they are white, black, brown, yellow, purple, whatever, okay? Whatever. And the problem is the mass migration. It doesn't matter where they come from.
I cannot do that. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below about this entire conversation. I don't know what to think. I think there's a lot of things that need to be done in this country. I think we should be more patriotic. I think we should be a better Australia that welcomes everybody but puts our own country.
Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my 5-tail fox tier member, Zalost, and my 3-tail fox tier members, Heath Rowell, Fenny Sylvy, and Radmuiel, for the incredible support to my work. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to everyone who donated to me through Tron and to all of my YouTube members. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon, link is in the description below. Okay, thank you, Isaac. This video is already so big, 59 minutes. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check that it's below. Patreon, Discord, Skillfull Friends, Tron. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.